Ourselves. We are replacing Daniel today. Daniel is at a opportunity meeting in Southern California, so he has asked us to step on. We are Ed and Karen Toth. We're out of Pensacola, Florida. We were the founding distributors for the United States. We also are one of the investors in Activz. So we are looking forward to some wonderful, wonderful work working with all of you as our new distributors. And so tonight we've been asked to talk about trends and timing as it relates to the history of the industry and also to how it relates to Activz. So we are going to get started. Ed has put together a wonderful presentation and tell you a little bit about us. I'm originally from Louisville, Kentucky. Ed's originally from Monroe, Ohio. Met many years ago. Got married in, 95? Have two wonderful kids, two boys. We have been successful in entrepreneurship previously. We worked together and ran a pretty successful telecommunications company that we actually sold in 2017 in order to prepare to go all in for Activz. Met David Brown in December of 2016, thought he was fantastic, met the rest of the team, and just thought this was a dream come true for us and doing the next stage of life in some type of business. So Ed was extremely fond of nutrition. I wanted nothing to do with it. And after 25 years, he's finally got me into nutrition. But we are very, very excited to be a part of Activz, and we just know it's going to be fantastic. So we are so glad to have you as part of this team, part of this amazing opportunity. And from there, I'm going to hand it to Ed because I could just keep saying how wonderful Activz is and how great we are to have you with us. So, Ed.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Let's see, get my screen shared here. Okay, so welcome, everybody. Just want to thank you for taking your time. And I know everybody's busy. And I hope that this will provide some great value to you and some great information about Activz and the company and the products and the great things we have going on here. So, you know, Activz has put together this awesome plan in its omni-channel marketing. And it's just really revolutionary. And it's taking so many things and putting it together, so many trends that are happening, you know, in our world today, like e-commerce and social media, and just giving you the benefit of all those and making a real powerhouse opportunity. So, yeah, we need to work our slides here. So we're just trying to go to the computer. This is what happens when you have two type A's married and you're trying to do one presentation. So here we go. So, you know, let's talk about trends. I mean, you know, are trends important? You know, does it really matter? Well, what do you think? Do you think it's easier to go with a trend or to fight a trend? Okay. Well, you know, absolutely. It's much better to go with it, right? I mean, trends can be beautiful, right? Trend is like, you know, a speed train moving down, right? You get on the train in the station and it's kind of getting off a little slow, and then it starts to build up some momentum. And then, you know, sooner or later, that train is moving so fast. I mean, you couldn't get off if you wanted to, right? And we've seen people in all kinds of areas in business and in the world get on a trend, and it takes them further and faster than anybody ever thought they would go, right? So getting involved in the right trend can, you know, just really help a lot. So, you know, what are some of these trends that are happening out there? Well, what about marketing and distribution? All right, look where we've come from. So if you go back, this is kind of like the original traditional chain of distribution, right? And in many industries out there, this chain still exists. So you have this series of national distributors and regional distributors and local distributors, right? And those would all be middlemen, right? And this product's just trying to get out there. And all those middlemen, they're putting a real healthy chunk of that price into their pockets, right? To get this, eventually to the customer. Well, then you had these companies like Walmart and Costco and Sam's, and they came along and they were like, you know what? We can get rid of a lot of this middle distribution and really just handle that ourselves. So they were able to take that money and put it into their pockets, right? So, well, then Amazon came along and disrupted that system, right? And what did they do? I mean, they came out and took out everybody. They even took out the store, right? They put that money in their pockets and they became $1 trillion company. And you know what? They don't even make anything, right? All they're really doing is making connections. They're connecting customers to manufacturers, right? So Amazon, e-commerce, right? Do you think that's a trend? Do you think e-commerce is, is going away anytime soon? No. So, what if you were able to plug yourself into that box where Amazon is and put some of that money in your pocket, right? You don't need to manufacture anything, hold inventory, take orders, even build a website, ship, or anything like that. You just make connections. Okay, how about another trend? How about trends in employment? Well, have you ever heard of the gig economy? That's been thrown out there, and a lot of people might think that's like a tech term, right? I actually thought that in the beginning. Actually, it's a music term, right? I'm sure you've heard, like, even if you're not in the music industry, which I'm not, but some people are like, hey, I get a gig this weekend, right? It would be like a little job. They'd have a concert at the local pub or something. So it actually comes from a music term, not a techie term. And it means it's like a short-term job or side hustle. You probably heard that. I mean, Uber likes that, right? Get your side hustle on, right? Well, 36% of workers are in the gig economy. That's 57 million people. And that's projected to continue growing. This trend of these short-term or these side hustle jobs, that's not going anywhere soon. That, the typical regular job is really more and more going by the wayside. And there's going to be more and more people that are continuing to look for these side gigs. Okay, well, how would you like to plug into the gig economy and be able to offer opportunities to all those people looking for side gigs and make even more money building an organization of these side hustlers, right? So how about another trend? What about demographics? Okay, and you've used to talk about the topics in the news, right? They come and go. Topics in the news are hot for 2 weeks and they go. Well, aging population was a hot topic. But you know what? Just because it's not necessarily a headline news anymore doesn't mean it's going away. Okay? 10,000 baby boomers are reaching a retirement age every single day. And this is expected to continue well into the 2030s. This means that nearly 7 baby boomers are retiring or turning 65 every minute. Okay, this is the main reason why Social Security and Medicare, those programs are expected to run into financial trouble in the coming decades, right? I mean, does that sound like a trend? That's not going away anytime soon. And do you think any of those people will be looking for extra income or, I don't know, health and wellness or well, healthcare costs are rising, and there's no end to that in sight, right? More and more people are looking for ways to stay healthier and avoid these high healthcare costs. So how would you like to provide products that can help in these areas? Well, what about Social Security checks? You think that they might find out that they don't go as far as they thought they would? How would you like being able to help them with their health and their wealth? Okay. How about trends in communication? Any changes in communication? Well, remember not so long ago, this seems like forever ago, right? But it really wasn't. But it really wasn't that long ago that it was really difficult to get mass information out or get information directly from the source, okay? That's certainly not the case today, is it? I mean, with technology today, we can reach so many people instantly, directly, and free. I mean, it's hard to believe, but social media really isn't that old, okay? Do you think this trend is going anywhere, right? How would you like to leverage the power of social media? Okay, well, these are all multiple trends, right? But you know what? Even just being part of one trend can be huge. I mean, look at some of these mega companies. They took advantage of global trends and are now household names. Can you imagine being able to take advantage of multiple trends? Okay, I mean, and these people didn't even come up with, these ideas or were even first to market, right? I mean, Uber didn't invent the taxi service, right? They just provided a vehicle for the masses to take advantage. They just provided a platform, this ride-sharing service that now the masses could plug in, and they were the one that coined that side hustle marketing, right? But that's just all plugging into the gig economy. Facebook, believe it or not, they didn't invent social media. Did anybody ever have a MySpace page? Depending on how old you are on here, you might even know who MySpace is. But I don't know if you've heard of Alibaba, but they're actually the outside of the U.S. They're the Amazon in China. They didn't invent that. They took that idea from Amazon. Okay, but they took advantage of e-commerce and globalization, right? Airbnb, they didn't invent the hotel. That's just another sharing platform, getting that out to the masses, decentralization, and getting people involved in this gig economy, right? So they just plugged into these trends, even just one of these trends, and it just become, just massive, massive entities, right? Well, guess what? Now you have the chance to plug into not one, but multiple trends, all right? So finally, you've been waiting for this, right? You're at the right place at the right time. Activz allows you to take advantage of massive trends in global distribution, e-commerce, and social marketing in the exploding industry of scientifically based wellness and anti-aging, okay? But, you can be on a great trend, but you got to have great people too. And Activz Global is managed by a team of seasoned professionals with a proven track record of success. You want to make sure whatever company you put your time and energy into has the staying power to be there for the long haul, right? I mean, you don't want to jump on a trend and the company's not even there in a year. So these people, they have extensive experience in starting successful companies and taking those companies and their distributors to the top. So here, David Brown, he's our founder and CEO. He has over 25 years experience in nutrition, retail, and network marketing. His founding mission was twofold. He wanted to help the average person with reasonable effort to be able to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. That just really excited him because he knew that there's a lot of people out there that amount of money can really change their life. That's the difference between having your head underwater or above water, okay? What he also wanted to do was put products in their hands that did what they said they were going to do, okay? We all know that there's, stuff in the nutrition market that, we're not sure what's in there. We're not sure if it's really effective. We're not sure if it has, the right amounts in there. So we wanted to make sure that we had these powerful products. There's so much research out there, and we wanted to take these and bring them to the market and make sure what we put out was a quality and an effective product. What we're tapping into is this field called epigenetics, all right? Not sure if you've heard of this. This is actually pretty new in the industry. Now, granted, it's about 10, 15 years, but that's really new when you're talking about, research and nutrition, all right? But this is an absolute mega trend in health and wellness. They're discovering ways to activate genes to bring your body to its full potential. You see, our genes can do so many things in the body, all right? But they have to be activated, right? If they're not activated, they're not going to do anything. But there's genes in our bodies, when they're activated, they can just do amazing things. They can heal the body, and even reverse aging. So we are really focused on life-changing products formulated as a result of this research. Now here we're getting back to this omni-channel marketing, and we're just so excited to introduce this plan because it's a way for you to plug into multiple trends in distribution, all right? So what they have is just so exciting, these global bonus pools that you can plug into. These pools are fueled by sales in every country that we're going to do business with, in every channel that we're going to sell through, like e-commerce, social media, and our network of independent distributors. So what this means is that when Activz grows and Activz expands, those pools grow. And when those pools grow, so does your earning potential. And Activz has an aggressive growth plan. So let me be clear on this. When Activz expands into another country, which we have them planned, they're already on deck, we're just at the start. When we expand to another country, or we expand into another channel of selling, it's going to feed into that pool. And when you earn a share in that pool, it's going to grow, which means you don't actually have to sell in that other country to benefit from the expansion and the growth in that other country, which is absolutely revolutionary in this field. So you truly become a partner in this company when you grow your business. So you get a piece, you can earn a piece of everything that we do.
It'll be the new trend.
It's absolutely, this is trend setting. This is where we're taking all these trends and making a new trend for ourselves. So I just can't say enough about it. That is absolutely just the cherry on top with everything that we're doing. So do you recognize this? Yeah, it's where you live. So it's called the Earth. Well, see that little orange spot? That's where Activz started in December 2017. Just 1 year ago, just celebrated our 1 year anniversary. In October 2018, just 2 months ago, we expanded into the US. All right. So do you notice anything in this picture? There's a whole lot of gray. Okay. So we have Peru, Colombia, and Japan already planned. All right. And there's a lot more coming.
And actually, Japan is going to launch in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, we just found that out. We're pre-launching Japan. We're doing that early. It's moving up.
David is heading there on the 10th to launch it on the 17th.
Excellent. So there's still a whole lot of gray. All right. So do you see a trend coming? Do you think it's better to get in now or later? Well, the timing is right. The timing is now. It's early, and Activz is going to take on the world one country at a time. And remember, every time we open a new country, that adds to the global bonus pools and adds to your earning potential. So this is just the start. All right, Activz is committed to discovering new products and pushing beyond our limits. We're leading the way with the most advanced life-activating products available, and we're going to continue to engineer products and programs that are designed to optimize human potential. So really now is your chance to get your own franchise in this booming industry. If you don't know anything about direct selling, it's really a massive industry. It's over $36 billion in annual sales and growing. And it is the absolute lowest cost, lowest risk way to start a business that has incredible earning potential. And the vehicle you want to plug into this industry obviously is Activz, because we have so many things together. We have multiple trends. And listen, this train is just getting out of the station. I mean, it's just started. If the engines are just, we're fueled up and we're ready to go, and you can see it just pulling out of the station. And it'll be no time at all that momentum is going and growing, and that train is going to be unstoppable. And you definitely want to be on board when that happens. So you're definitely it's the right time. It's the right company. We've got the right products. We've got the right people. We've got the right plan. And you are finally in the right place at the right time. So I just want to thank you for your time, and you know, definitely anybody, whoever invited you to this call, make sure you get with them, get your questions answered. They'd be happy to answer them. You know, get on the phone with us. We'd be happy to talk to anybody, but this is the right place and the right time, and you have picked the right call to be on. And I'm going to hand it over to Karen and maybe click over here on,
Stop the share.
we got a couple of chats here. Maybe, I don't know if we maybe have any questions out there, but I'm going to hand it back over. I'm surprised I was able to get that all out without stumbling too much. So thanks for your attention.
All right, everybody. So that is our presentation tonight on trends and timing. And you have to be excited at this point in time on Activz, because we are hitting so many buttons and creating so many trends on our own that I believe we are just going to be a global powerhouse. And we want you to be with us and help us, and let's all make Activz the company, the global company that we know it can be.